Hello and welcome to the New Mindset Podcast. My name is Jacob.
My name's Georgia.
I hope that you're all going excellento today, wherever you are at.
Very nice.
Excellento. Bit of a day. Georgia and I just went for a little trot to servo station to get some late night snacks because we are about to enter into a trilogy of podcasts because we've got a little trip coming up to Japan, so we're just going to be organised and jump ahead and record 3 tonight. This one looks good, but first, Georgia, how are you going? How was your little ice cream?
Good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Thank you. What about you? How was your little bar?
My little bar was good. My, what was it?
I don't know.
Cherry ripe, that was it.
Cherry ripe.
But yeah, how was your day?
Good.
Bit of drama today?
Yeah, but the good theatrical kind.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of puppetry with one of my senior classes, which is fun.
Puppetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's the art of puppetry?
making sure your puppet is moving at all times, because if your puppet does not move, then that actually means it's a dead puppet. That's like the technical term.
Dead puppet.
And you're putting your energy through the puppet. So you are not a performer. Your puppet is the performer.
Ooh.
That's
Very
the
nice.
art. What about you? What'd you get up to?
I did a lot of Japan today, a lot of Japan, and then mostly uni. And you and I had a bit of a crisis meeting today about the state of the apartment clean wise. So I just spent a good time cleaning it. Yeah, it's all looking good. But
Good stuff.
with this topic today, you have written down, or you want to discuss the process and power of understanding yourself better. Now, could you explain to me, because I don't completely know, but what do you mean by that title?
I just mean I was reflecting on a lot of the episodes that we were doing, and there was a big notion about, understanding yourself to help manage your anxiety better, or feeling confident in yourself is partly through understanding yourself. So I just thought that it was a bit timely to actually break down how someone can do that, or what an introduction to the importance of understanding yourself and how someone might go about it.
Okay, cool. Very good.
That's what that means.
Oh, that's an excellent breakdown, Georgia.
Thank you.
Georgia
Thank
or
you.
Georgie? What are we preferring tonight?
Georgie.
Georgie.
Whenever it's Georgia, I feel like I'm in trouble.
Oh, but Georgie is it just reminds me of the kid out of the clown movie It, which I hate that movie.
Georgie.
Cool, but you have written down here, journaling is key to this topic. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I feel like it was through quite a few people. When you start learning a lot about, or listening to a lot of content about, how you can work on yourself to make yourself better, literally every person under the sun talks about the importance of journaling. And one particular, when we went to see Jordan Peterson live, one of the things that he just specifically spoke about was how journaling opens up the unconscious mind. And it was just the way that he phrased that was like, that makes a lot of sense and that really connects with me. So the key to understanding yourself really is opening up that dialogue, or that internal, that desire to understand what is happening below the surface.
Yep.
And sometimes just putting pen to paper and writing it out is the key.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That was a very good, would you call it a seminar? What would you call it? A lecture, we'd say.
Yeah, he kind of hosted it as a lecture.
Very good psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else on journaling? Like, what's your sort of, experience with journaling? I know you've sort of had a running battle with it. Because
Over
you
the
love
past forever.
Yeah, but you love to change, you're creative, so it's hard for you to stick to something that's, so black and white. But it doesn't have to be. But you're constantly wanting to change up the format of, digital, now written, and when you break up that pattern, it's very difficult to
Jump back on
create those systems that are in place every day for you to, achieve.
Yeah, well,
So,
like the whole point of it is doing it every single day.
Yep.
But if I don't have a system to be able to stick to doing it every single day, then there's the problem.
Yep.
So, yes.
Yeah, so how can someone, while we're there, how can someone overcome that? Like, I know you're still in it now.
Yeah.
But what have you tried and failed at So, people, well, like, it's tough. Like, for me, journaling's quite easy.
Yes.
But you struggle with it. But there's things that you do easy, that I struggle with, like a lot of things like math. I know you and I were doing economics at uni, and you just, it was easy as for you, and I was in there just like...
Accounting, you mean.
Okay.
Economics is not, I'm not good at that.
You were pretty good. What did you get in it?
I don't know.
You probably got a 6.
No.
I was scraping at like 50,
No,
52.
like I didn't understand the concept. All I remember is supply and demand from that economic subject. Nothing else.
Do you remember the all-nighter?
Yes, I remember that.
Our first all-nighter at uni in the
24-hour library.
In the 24-hour library. And I remember at like 2 or 3 a.m.
to get it done.
2 or 3 a.m. walking down the Brisbane City to get 7-Eleven.
Yeah, snacks.
Yeah, that was cool. And then there was like a sketchy security guard in the library all night.
Yeah.
That kept interrupting, but that's all right. Anyway, off topic. But yeah, what have you sort of tried and, failed at, or any tips? Or
yeah, like the thing that to be super open, I think the thing that I've struggled with is since my job, like I have I'm working 2 different jobs on top of studying and, focusing on new mindset minis and the rest. So since not having a full-time university schedule, that's been the big catalyst of, okay, I really am in charge of my calendar and I can try and organize my life. So when I say journaling, I mean, really sitting down and mapping out what my week looks like, as well as reflecting and taking the moment to say, okay, how am I feeling about all the things that are going on? So the real big shift for me was when my calendar was very all over the place and I didn't have a regular, every single day, rough look of what the day looked like. So I didn't know whether or not journaling would fit in the morning, if it would fit in the evening, if it could be, a quick thing on a commute somewhere. It fell out of place with how hectic my life kind of spun. So I tried doing hard copy journaling. I tried doing, on my iPad. I tried typing things out in a Word document. I tried bullet journaling. I've tried a lot of different things, and I'm still trying to find that thing. And I actually found a technique that I actually want to use that we'll unpack today.
Nice.
Because it's different to anything that I've ever done, and that makes my creative brain happy.
Yep.
But it also is very simple, which also makes my creative brain happy.
Yes, you need that.
Yeah. Yeah, I need something simple to follow, but has the ability to be a bit flexible.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also like to write. So writing many, many words is something that I enjoy doing.
Why use many word when small word work well? As Kevin off from The Office would say. Do you remember that scene?
I was waiting for that. I was trying to connect where that came from.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, you haven't really had a routine for forever. Like you said, since
it feels
university.
Like for forever.
But a lot of people, struggle with that. A lot of people have kids and things like that. So, just being able to fit in 5 minutes.
And that's all it really is.
Yeah. So
that's what the stats and the science say too.
Yeah. You've written down my experience as well. Do you want me to touch on mine quickly?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So, mine's pretty, like, when I get, I've got a bit of OCD, so when I get obsessive over something, it's either really good or really bad. So, for instance, my bad obsessiveness recently was, like, when I used to play the PlayStation a lot, which I had to sell, because I would just play that constantly, and it was just, I got obsessed with it, like a certain game, and then I would jump to another game. More recently, it's been music. Like, I get obsessed over a song, which isn't bad, but, that's
song
just
or an artist.
A song or an artist.
Yeah.
Like, the other day it was Eminem with his new album.
Yeah.
And now it's, I don't know his name. Kendrick.
Tokyo.
Well, that's a good song too.
Not that one?
Kendrick.
Oh,
Kendrick
okay.
Lamar. I'm really liking him at the one. But yeah, like, I've done it for like the last 2 years, and I never missed more than 2 days in a row. But I like to, it's not, so like you were saying, keep it simple. So that's how I started. So keep it really simple. So and it's continued to today. So, 100 words a day. That was a really weird noise that you just made.
I apologize.
100 words a day. So it's got to be 100 words, no more, no less.
Yeah.
And then the fun bit about that is as well, that doesn't include my dreams. I love to write down my dream every night to look back. And I look back like 2 years ago and it's like, I do remember having that dream.
Yeah.
And then like what else? Like a daily habit sort of tracker where 3 things, you're grateful for, 3 things that you must get done today. And it sort of tracks you. This is more for my anxiety and depression, but it tracks your... I've got like a 16 item list that maybe we can share once the website's up and make it a little nicer because mine's just on a OneNote and it's just tables.
A table.
Yeah. So...
That drives my creative brain crazy.
Yeah, but like I can't have any... Like if I had to create a background and stuff for it every day, like I wouldn't stick to it because it's just too much work. It's not worth the outcome for me.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, I'm keen to... That would just be like a cool little resource we could share. But give me some practical journaling tips from your own experience, and I know you may have researched a few as well.
Yeah, I thought that it might be handy to share some of the different types of journaling that are out there. There's heaps. This like list isn't exhaustive, but these were the ones that kind of came out and popped out for those. Depends, all of these could be a really easy, simple way to introduce yourself to journaling. So let's share. The first I have...
Sorry, I was taking a sip. I know you're waiting for me to bounce off you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, bro, let's go.
First
Aussie,
is...
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. Fourth in the Olympics?
Third. We're
Go
third.
the Aussies.
Japan's tied with us at the moment.
Okay. Well, Japan just lose some. Aussies win some.
Yep.
Third. Okay, first one.
Also, that breakdancing was very funny. No, tell me what you think of the breakdancing. Just quick. Let's hear it.
It ended with the kangaroo hops.
No, it started with the kangaroo hops.
No, for me it ended.
Oh.
It should have ended with the kangaroo hops.
It reminded me of you when you get super happy.
Hey!
When you get super happy, you like break out into a little dance. That could...
Yeah, but not that. No.
A little better than that.
I'd like to say I'm significantly better than that.
Okay.
But, like, in the positive, she gave it a crack. And she gave it a good go.
Yeah.
And I just want to question the judging because I don't know who her competitors were to make the Australian qualifying rounds.
Yeah. How did you get to that point?
Surely in all of Australia, there is a better female breakdancer.
And she's in this room. Georgie.
Kargani.
All right, let's go.
So reflective journaling was the first one. And this is essentially just taking the moment to reflect on what is going on, what you're feeling in that particular moment. It's just taking the moment to reflect because we don't really often take the moment to pause and stop and think about how we're feeling. But if that's a daunting thing, there are quite a few prompters. You can literally just search them on Google or Pinterest, YouTube, anything to just get journaling prompters for the thing that you're wanting to journal about. So you can just do basic things. I saw a lot come up for anxiety and depression journal prompters, which I thought was pretty groovy. And then as well, there's like future goal oriented ones. So there's a few that I have here. First one is who made an impact on you today? Who made an impact on you today, Jacob?
You've thrown me.
I've thrown you. I've put you on the spot.
That breakdancer really made an impact on me because I'm like, you know what? We got a wedding coming up and I've been a little nervous about dancing. And I'm not too nervous anymore. I can do better than that.
Yeah.
I think.
The bar is low.
But we'll see. We'll wait out there and I'll throw my back out.
Yeah.
What's number 2?
Number 2, what are the 3 positive things that happened to you today?
Yep.
And then third, describe where you see yourself in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. That was one of the goal-oriented ones.
Yeah, that one's, if you're looking to get into journaling, I probably wouldn't touch that one yet. That's to answer that on a regular basis is pretty intense.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, sorry. So that's one of those more so focused sessions of, okay, you might do this like, I don't know, once a month.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, if you're getting into journaling, do your daily journaling, do your end of week, and then do a monthly. And that's probably I'd say that's like a monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just reflect on that and bring to the forefront where it is that you want to be in 6 months' time. Because there's no point in writing down a 6-month goal and then looking at it in 6 months' time. You want to look at it frequently.
Yeah.
Next one, if you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? That's always a good one.
Now, this next one is weird. This is weird.
Yeah?
So let's hear it.
I threw it out there just because it was interesting.
It's a little depressing.
Slightly. But this, believe it or not, this was actually one of the ones under the anxiety and depression one.
Yeah, well, I can believe that. Let's hear it.
Write your eulogy. How do you want to be remembered?
Yeah. Number 6.
What is a goal you're working towards and what steps have you taken to achieve that goal?
Yep.
That might be able to help someone if they're, stuck. And take a first step.
Definitely.
And then the last, what is one kind thing you can do for yourself today?
Nice.
Yeah.
That one's very relevant to you today.
Yes, me specifically.
Yes.
I was a bit of an a-hole to myself this morning.
Yes, you were. But we got sorted.
Yeah, we do.
You had a big sing in the shower and you got through it.
Yeah, belted me little heart out.
What'd you sing?
Hopefully I sounded all right.
Yeah, you did. Sound all right.
Thank you.
All right. What have you got here? Gratitude journaling.
Yeah.
Now, this is a good one.
Yeah, every day, in first thing in the morning or last thing at night, or really any time of the day, but most commonly it's nice to do it at these particular times, but taking the moment to write, 2 to 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's like, you hear gratitude everywhere and you've got to be grateful. And it kind of just becomes a word that's meaningless because it just gets thrown around so much. But I think if, you just find a little bit of space in your day just to genuinely have a think, it does help.
You don't want to just, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for the sun because it's shining and it's giving me warmth.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my dog because I can give him cuddles.
Yeah.
You want to actually, it is what do I have that I can feel really grateful that is in my life right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it comes into play.
Yes. And I'm that for you.
Yeah, sunshine.
What's you've got here? Logbook.
This is the one that I want to have a go at.
Yeah.
Logbook journaling, I'll just read out what I wrote. It's the practical simpletons take on journaling. It's just a logical list of small events that you complete each day. So you could use a really basic book that is 1 page for one day, and it has the hours listed on the side of 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. And all you do is just write down the events that you did that day. And they could be as simple as I, had a coffee and read a book. I walked my dog. I went to work and listened to a great podcast. This was my podcast. And it's just writing down and capturing the things that you did that day so that you can take a look back and do maybe a little bit of a silent reflection and look at what you got up to on the day.
Yeah.
Rather than feeling as though that you have to do a Dear Diary, I had a really great walk with my dog. The sun was shining. And it just takes away the pressure of having to write things out where you can just make a list of the things that you did.
Yeah.
Draw a little doodle, highlight something, write it in a funky way. That's what appealed to me about that one.
Yeah, I think just from you and I talking, journaling is genuinely just talking to yourself. And I think you sort of, you don't really, it's really weird for me when there's moments of silence or long periods of silence, I'm talking to myself in my mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm sort of bouncing ideas off my head.
Different about us.
But you don't do it?
No. I literally have a vacuum in my head.
But I think journaling here helps to build that ability because it's definitely a good thing to have to be able to chat to yourself because we're normally an anxiety and confidence podcast. And, if you're feeling low on confidence or if you're very anxious or, depression or anything, like being able to talk to yourself logically and rationally is a massive thing I think I'm lucky to have. And I think a lot of people, if you have it, then you're very lucky because how often do you get to have a conversation with yourself?
Yeah.
It's like journaling's the first step to that.
No, it's really awesome. Yeah.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah, this is where you set yourself a minimum of 3 pages per day in like a little A5 book. And all it is just writing your stream of consciousness that you're having in that moment.
Yep.
Even if it is you don't know what to write and you just literally write over and over again, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write.
Yeah.
That just prompts you to get a little bit more mindful and see, okay, what are the thoughts that are popping up for me?
Yeah, and just quickly, bullet journaling, you've written here as well. I think we all know bullet journaling. Was there a twist on your...
Not really. It's just that you can journal, but it allows you to be really flexible in the way that you set up your day in your journal. Because it's like a grid layout. So you can draw boxes, you can draw pictures, you could just treat it like lines and just write across. Bullet journaling is really customizable,
Yeah,
which is
I think
cool.
My biggest tip would be if you are just starting out journaling and someone like you that it's tough to sort of get into that sort of routine, keep it very simple, like keep it simple, stupid, basically. So yeah, like take one of these tips that you've given and implement it for a month and see if you can stick to it. And if you have and you're liking it, awesome. Well, let's add another one on.
Yeah.
So bullet journaling is probably not one that I would suggest going first with either. I really like the idea of logbook because that's just a simple outlook on the day.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that one from today.
Yeah, cool. I like it. And yeah, try to find a time in the day that, yeah, you can prioritize 5 minutes and promise yourself that 5 minutes.
And it's literally just that. It's
Yeah.
just 5 minutes.
Yep.
With this logbook thing, you'd probably be better doing it at the end of the day so you can capture what you did.
Yes.
Whereas something like gratitude, it might be nice to do that first thing in the morning so your frame of mind is nice and fresh and vibrant.
Yeah, and if you miss your 5 minutes, because you will one day, make sure to make up for it. It's not like, oh, I missed it in the morning, so I'm not going to do it. It's like, no, well,
Just do it that
habit
night.
is habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what have you written here? Bit interesting. Living courageously.
Oh, this was the prompt of understanding yourself a little bit better. There were 3 key things that were the tools or the practical steps to be able to understand yourself a bit better. And so the first one, which is quite the big one, so I'm glad that we tackled it first, was journaling. That's a really key process.
Yep.
And the 2 others are just things to keep in mind. So living courageously is not in the absence of fear, but in the presence of it. I just think that it's something that's really important to keep in mind is to be a little bit more courageous.
Yep.
You know, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Anxiety. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the only way you're going to... Like, I know you don't really like this analogy, but for a man, like a guy or a little boy with anxiety, like to slay the dragon being anxiety, depression, the only way to do it is to slay the dragon.
Yeah.
Like you can't hide away from the dragon. You can't go around the dragon. You got to slay it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Anything else to add on to that?
I think, well, that was the one piece of advice that I had from the Mr. Man of Tony Robbins himself at an event that I went to.
That you met?
That I met. Sorry. Fan girl.
We should upload that.
Oh, it was so cool. But anyway, in a nutshell, I was talking about, I wrote what my ideal future was. It was like a little exercise and you got to nominate yourself to share. And the things that Tony was saying is she can do all of these things. She just has to act with more courage.
Yep.
And it was a lot of what I was writing about is I want to do this and I want to do this. And it was just the fact that I was scared. And he's saying, you're going to feel scared, but like, are you going to let the fear override what it is that you want to do? Or are you just going to take a small breath and take the step and be a bit bold and be a bit courageous?
Yeah, it's kind of like which emotion's stronger, fear or regret?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's how I see
That's
it. It's like,
the way that you see it, yes.
well, yeah, like fear. Are you going to like win the fear now or are you going to regret it in future?
Later on because you didn't do it.
And now you don't have a chance
because
to
you
beat
let
the
the
fear.
fear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another good one for anxiety. It's like, are we going to go today or are we not going to go? Okay, you didn't go and now I regret it in a week. And I can't change the past.
Yeah, just take the step.
Yeah.
Be a little bit bold.
Yes. Get curious.
Yeah, that was the last one that I thought was really
Curiosity.
handy.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Is just taking time to actually be a little bit curious and to wonder. Like, I think that that's something really awesome that you do, is that you ask questions about, okay, why am I feeling this way? Even today when I was struggling a little bit, it was like, okay, is this feeling just come up, or is there a reason that we're feeling this way, that we're acting this way, that this behavior is coming out? Like, you don't have to, I understand acceptance and commitment therapy if it's just like, okay, we're just going to accept what's happening here and move forward. But
I don't believe in that.
In the same token, you don't have to accept what you're feeling. Like today, full disclosure, I was a puddle of tears, and I didn't really know where it came from. I was just sitting in this little puddle of sadness. If you look at inside out, I was literally the embodiment of sadness.
Yeah, we were about to shoot a podcast episode.
We were about to do this right now, a few hours ago.
Yeah, and then, you just broke down.
Yeah.
But we got to it and it was kind of just this overwhelmed feeling.
Yeah.
But, like a wave of negative emotion came over.
Yeah.
And I think through us just having an open conversation of like, why?
Yeah.
And sort of delving into the layers like an onion. It's like, well, why?
Yeah.
And we got there.
Yeah, we did.
You fixed it through a song and dance in the shower.
Song and dance in the shower. Dance in the shower. That was it. It was just getting that little bit more curious, and you don't have to accept your feelings at face value. Of course, if it's going to be a little bit traumatic and it's quite deep and it's quite connected to the interwebs of your human experience, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be a bit tough to ask those questions. Yeah. And that's where you need to seek that professional support. But for the sake of me sitting here crying and not knowing why, it was important for me to get a little bit curious and just be okay with that uncomfortable process.
Yeah, and through journaling, you can create that self-dialogue with yourself in future, so you can do it on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
In a rational way.
Yes, and I don't have to wait to the climax of tears to have that conversation. Yeah, and that's the thing that science says that journaling is really beneficial for. You know, you don't have to get to this point of this crazy, big wave of emotion and stress and overwhelm. If you journal continuously, you can preempt that and implement tools to be able to help.
Yeah. And another sort of, just quickly, because I know that we'll run out of time, we've got another few podcasts to record, but with the journaling, when you get to that episode that you had, or if someone has a panic attack, or if you've got depression and then now you're in a depressive slump, journaling sort of picks up those little crumbs that you leave as a person in your sort of environment. So, for instance, you may have eaten like crap for the last 2 days and you may have not exercised, or I'm not saying that you, but I'm saying like you as the listener, if you've had this massive wave of emotion, negative emotion, well, journaling would have picked that up potentially 48 hours early and saved you from that slump. Like, I know it does that for me with depression.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you haven't showered today. Okay, you haven't eaten well either. Okay, and you haven't gone for a walk. Okay, so what's coming?
Yeah.
So, I think that was a good episode. And I'm excited for, you'll get creative with, and I'll probably be a little more of the actual science sort of behind it, but to actually upload these sort of things on our site and socials.
As a resource.
Yeah, like that will be awesome. Yeah. Which is coming later this year.
Yeah.
But that was good. Anything that you forgot that you'd like to add in?
No, I think just take the step. That's what I'm going to say.
And commit.
Take the step, commit, and be a bit more courageous.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm saying that to someone else, but I'm also saying that right now to say to myself.
Well, we'll check in a week and see if you've stuck to it.
Yeah, my logbook.
Keep you accountable. Accountability is always fun. All right, cool. I've got a checkout question that I've come up with just now.
Go for it.
And just on the theme of the Olympics. Oh. If you had to win gold for your country, which one are you most likely to do that in?
Good English.
I think that was good English.
Okay.
We'll listen back and I'll prove you wrong.
Do you have yours?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay. I think my best shot
breakdancing
has to be, well, I'm not flexible, so I can't be gymnastics or diving or anything like that. And I'm not fast, like I'm not a runner, so it can't be anything track. I can't swim, so I can't be anything in the water. I genuinely reckon cycling. Maybe.
Cycling like long distance or velodrome?
Oh, no. Well, I'm not aerodynamic enough for very
We're always short on options here.
I really want maybe rhythmic gymnastics where I can like throw a ribbon in the air.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like long distance cycling. And I can just cycle and look at the wonderful surroundings.
Just a big smile on your face looking around.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, what about you?
I think quickly mine would be the goalkeeper in grass hockey. Very
All
specific.
right.
How? That's so similar to wicket keeping
Yeah,
in
but I
cricket.
thought we were doing like an individual sport.
Oh, God, no.
Not like a team
I'm
thing.
picking team sport.
Jesus.
I'm picking
All
a
right.
team sport. That's
Okay.
that's my best chance of
Well,
winning.
I'm doing a team then.
Yeah, well, no, you enjoy your
Basketball. Team basketball.
wing defense in netball. No, you enjoy your lycra and all the other.
No, I take that back. I want to do netball.
No, you're in lycra.
No.
You're going up a
My real answer
big
is
hill.
netball.
Okay, well, you're doing cycling. I am doing grass hockey. But awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I hope you have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next podcast that we are shooting in a few minutes, but it will be released the week after, whenever you get this. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.